he's not in a good position, and people think because he was an alcoholic, Ludwig was his friend. Ludwig knew that he was an alcoholic, or he didn't know. He's saying he didn't know too. He said he didn't know. So is he lying about that? And right, that's a confusing part that people aren't clear about. Because if he didn't know, then it's kind of like not a big deal. And I mean, the whole situation is something you don't know in general. And I just want to give my thoughts and opinions because it seems to be different than what the crowd is talking about right now, with how people are just saying that this is something that, oh, it's like so terrible that he air humped around the girls at a party. And it's like, man, my personal opinion is like, guys, come on. They're not using Coke at the party, not the Coca-Cola, but the other Coke, right? They're not using terrible substances. There's no grape or sexual, like severe sexual harassment going on. It's not like the end of the world, guys. Like, come on, please. If you've ever gone outside, I don't know. It's like if you've ever gone to a legit like college party or anything like that, neighborhood party with like a lot of young people, right? Air humping is not like a huge big deal. It's not like that weird or anything. People just get like popped up on whatever they bring to the party, substances, drinks, whatever they're doing. Maybe they're just being crazy to that's the way they like partying, right? To express themselves. And that's fine. It's just like and he was like being weird, like touching the girl's hair and everything. But I mean, like guys, like college parties, high school parties, parties with like even young 20s and neighborhood parties. I mean, people get raped, people get sexually assaulted, people grab ass randomly all the time. It's just like it's such a nothing burger, small deal situation. Whether or not it was Lugwood's fault is not a huge big deal, guys. Like there's way more terrible things that go down all the time that you can't predict at regular like house parties, college parties, dorm parties, whatever. It's not like such a huge big deal. If you're a woman out there, you gotta like bring pepper spray, protect yourself, go with friends. Make sure you don't get raped, make sure you don't get like assaulted if you're not into that, and don't wear short skirts to the party so everyone doesn't grab your you know cooch. And it's just like that's just it's just I mean, in the US that happens all the time, guys. Like, are we gonna act like, oh, in our perfect like influencer world with YouTubers and upscale parties and personalities who make millions of dollars, that's impossible to happen to higher class people just because these higher class people are on YouTube making videos making millions of dollars? Like, no, like just because they make kid friendly content or that they, I don't know, like it's not cupcakes and rainbows, man. It's real life. It just is what it is. Weird shit happens at parties all the time. It's hard to expect what will happen. You invite the wrong person, shit goes wrong. It happens to like every party all the time. Come on. So first of all, it's such a nothing burger thing to not even worry about that much at all. And I'm surprised people like it's such a big day for the unemployed. I'm surprised people give uh you know give any shits at all. It's just dude, there could be so much more interesting drama. Like I think the lawsuit with Denim is and everything. I hope she gets burned so hard, man. I hope she gets sued for every penny she has, right? Because she probably has too much money. Like that's such a way bigger deal than the Ludwig bullcrap. I mean, guys, like Ludwig, people were saying like, yeah, he's like a golden retriever puppy dog of not wanting to get into drama or any negative. He's just super depressed over this nothing burger dog shit. Like, come on, guys, like it's a load of crap. I don't know why people are so negative about him. Ludwig is not like a terrible guy, you guys. He's never done anything bad, and I think it's just his fan base freaking out because they know he's never done anything bad, and they know it's like the worst thing he's ever done because he's never done anything bad. Because he's like this super harmless nothing burger content creator. And personally, I'm not rooting for him. I'm not on his side. I'm not like watching him. I'm not a fan. I admire his success, sure. But you can say that with anyone with a million subscriber YouTube channel. And he's he's it's like I said, it's the worst thing he's ever done. His fans are used to him just being super friendly and nice guy about everything. So the second that he does anything a little bit crazy or rambunctious, now they're all shitting themselves. It's absurd. It's absurd, man. And these people thought he was like this godly figure who could do no wrong. You guys, you're so surprised that this like average 20-year-old guy makes a mistake? Like, come on. Get real, Kai. Go the fuck outside. Touch some grass. I don't know. Like, fucking get a grip on reality, please. Like, bro, guy has a party, a streamer party. Sure, there's cameras on. A little creepy that you have to like have cameras all over this party and everything. Whatever, right? It's a. I'm not gonna lie, and it's not. It has nothing to do with homosexuals, but I think it's a little gay. A little gay that they're having like this a streamer party and everyone has their phones out and video cameras, um, all streaming the event, my YouTube channel, everything, and it just seems like kind of a sort of a pathetic thing. And then because these people, you have to remember, guys, these aren't people who have like a bunch of friends and go outside and hang out with people in their neighborhood and live regular lives. These are people who are like inside almost 24/7. Maybe they go out for groceries once in a while. Maybe they go out to like get their haircut, but almost 24/7 these people are inside editing videos, chopping up content, looking for other videos for the next best idea to talk about on their channel, looking for anything to make their extra $1 million from their stream, from their YouTube, from their TikTok, from their anything. Looking for the next sponsorship, looking for the next deal. And I get it. They're hot, on track, doing good, um, getting a taste of success for themselves at a younger age. And that's respectable, but they're still inside like almost 24/7. These people don't go outside, they don't get sun. Look at Ludwig. Look at his skin. He's not brown whatsoever. He hasn't gone outside at all. And it's like I'm white, I'm a little bit brown, but I'm Scandinavian white. But it's like, yeah, I live in maybe a hotter country right now, and but I go outside. I sit in the sun for a couple hours and I stop worrying about anything. And I think that's what these people really need if they want to, I don't know, like fit in with society more. But these aren't regular people. These people chop up videos, editing their content 24/7, streaming, looking for the next big game, looking for the next big idea to stream it, make a video of it, to TikTok it, to do whatever, right? To make their next $1 million. And that's good for them, right? No shade on them, but it's just like, yeah, they think everything's like more childish. They haven't like really gone to any college or high school parties or neighborhood party. Like they don't know regular social life. So when you go to a party super drunk and you're around these are the people who would tell the teacher if you like, these people will snitch on you telling the teacher if you did any single little thing wrong. Like these are those types of people, right? They can't handle when any single thing is out of place. These are the top students who I don't know, these people are like not used to anything going wrong. They're like super soft, childish sort of they freak out when anything's dangerous or goes wrong. Like they're not what I'm saying is they're not regular human beings. They're not fully mature. They're not fully adapted human beings to the real world. They stay inside and they stay in this fantasy of their world where everyone loves them, everyone is their fan, and when they read like a couple negative comments because that, God forbid, because that ruins their day because they're used to like a million people liking their video, you know, and they're basically used to being inside all day and never seeing anything dangerous or risky whatsoever at all. So when one guy gets drunk and crazy at the party and air humps a little bit and plays with a girl's hair everyone freaks out like it's the end of the world. Like these aren't, that's the type of people we're talking about, you know. It's just these are the type of people who at school, like I was saying, like at the school simile, like I couldn't even really explain. It's just these people would tell on you for like the small. It's the type of kids who would tell the teacher that you're cheating on the test for looking at your paper for 10 seconds or for 5 seconds or so. You know, it's just like just to see, like I would, maybe you're even just looking at their little math test to see where they're at and if you're ahead or behind. And then they're like, oh no, they're cheating. Oh no, teacher. They're just like, oh man, oh my gosh, these toxic, insufferably immature people who the world is ending for them the second they're Karens. They're basically Karens who are worrying about this guy humping air when he gets too drunk, this Mango guy. And yes, I'm also saying that Face Clan, they're a bunch of Karens too for like kicking him out for like humping a bit of air and and doing a few pumps like in the Key and Peele skit. Like seriously, like in the Key and Peele skit where he's doing like pumps at the field goal in the football game. It's ridiculous, guys. Come on. It's such a nothing burger gossip drama situation barrage of craziness. It's just insane that people care about this, and they're freaking out at Ludwig because they know that, oh, you invited this alcoholic friend and you didn't like tell him to cool off and tell him to leave the party because he's too drunk. So now his career is ruined. So you screwed Mango, Ludwig, because you invited him and got him in a position for him to fail. So it's all your fault. And it's like, yes, he's right. He's saying like, oh, I'm not responsible for actions. Up, guys. I just had no, I wasn't in control of that, and so it's not my fault. And he's right, and he's exactly right, and it's kind of what's pissing everyone off too is that he's right, but only to a certain extent he's right because obviously, like, oh, there's an alcoholic friend, you shouldn't invite them to like a massive getting drunk drinking party contest, right? um Obviously that's not like the best idea. Would regular people like do that maybe by accident or just do that not paying attention or be like, it's my friend anyway. I still want him to be there. I invite him. Whatever. Yeah, I think normal people would do that. Sorry to like disappoint everyone in the internet who thinks that it's a perfect world where nothing goes wrong. People have parties and they want to invite their friends to the party. That's that's how life goes. You know? It's not like a whole big crazy complicated situation for someone. It's like, oh, Mango, I didn't invite him. I invite him. All right, he's my friend. I'm inviting all my friends. I send it. You check everyone on your friends list and invite them on your phone or whatever, or on your Twitter or whatever you use. You just check their name in there and they get the message and you're like, all right, everyone come out like 9 p.m. Like whatever. You don't think about it for more than a second, right? And if he's getting crazy, sure you could kick him out of the party and exercise like excellent good judgment before he does something like bad or bad at all. But guys, like it's still like he's just a little air humping, and Ludwig was drunk too. Obviously, he's like, let's pump those numbers up. It's so crazy, you know. Wow, 0.32. Wow, those are good numbers. Let's get as drunk as we can, guys. Crazy, and it's just like, sure, like it's a drinking party, sure. Did you guys not know this was like a drinking party? Did you guys not know this was like the whole point was to get drunk? Like and people get crazy when they're drunk and kind of the whole point of a party. I don't know. Like I don't know what kind of like white suburban neighborhood parties these people are used to. But if you actually ever go to a party with like that's run by like young people or people who are not like Barron Trump, like living out of a mansion every day, going to all the most preppiest um boarding schools and $1 million colleges. I don't know, guys. I think you guys are really sheltered. I think you guys like really have no grip on the reality of how like regular parties go. Like this was a gay little streamer party, and it was sort of like a bunch of losers getting together because these people are like unsocialized. Like I said before, these people are not normal, adapted human beings. These people are unsocialized. They don't really go outside. They spend all day editing videos, and And so they just have no point of reference, what I'm saying, for what a regular party is. And it's like regular parties, it's like you go to high school and you hear about like Jesse got raped at David's house party. It was crazy, bro. She was like crying so hard that day and everything. You hear stuff about drama like that in high school, and it's like that shit's 1,000 times worse than this dude like doing a few air pumps and playing with a girl's hair. Like, come on, guys. I don't know. Grow up a little bit. Like, go outside. Like there's a war in Iran. Oh, 1,000%, 1,000,000%. You know, not a single Israeli like citizen would ever give a shit about anything like this because they're worrying about missiles in the fucking sky, barrages above them, bringing them to the possibility of a fiery death, of a fiery, explosive death where buildings are toppling, crumbling down upon you, crushing your flesh into pieces. Like, guys, if you are not from like the most preppiest, richest white suburban neighborhoods, and you're living the most cushiest, comforted lives, and have no point of reference for reality, then maybe you think this is a good, big, crazy drama. But it's really like such a waste of time, nothing burger for like people like me who, I travel to different countries. I see poverty a little bit here and there. I know, no, not everybody got it easy. Um, it's just like I've been to like college parties. I've seen stuff that it's regular for a normal person to see without being like one of the most preppiest white suburban neighborhood protected sheltered individuals possible. I think that's the whole problem with this situation is that Ludwig has cultivated this fan base that these people are the most like soft, like they fold like a cheap suit, like super super ridiculously like sensitive people, that the second something goes wrong with Ludwig and people like drink a little bit too much and get a little crazy, everything just falls apart. It's a house of cards. Basically, what I'm saying is Ludwig did nothing wrong except for building a fan base full of soft, nerdy, loser people, and attracting that type of person. And maybe it's because part of him is like that too, and part of him is soft and nerdy and loserish because he doesn't go outside because he's busy running a bunch of YouTube businesses, uploading a bunch of videos, editing a bunch of videos, and that's great. You're being a millionaire, that's and everything, and making all this like YouTube money, and you're successful, and that's good and every. I think I wish I could be there, you know, and I want what you have with like a million subscriber YouTube. Who doesn't? That's amazing, man. I'm not shitting on your success, but I'm saying like gotta go outside more and like talk to like regular people, other streamer personalities. Like look at Extra Emily for example. Like, that was air humping near Extra Emily or like touching her hair or stuff, and it's just like the pure contrast between someone like Extra Emily, like a regular person who like struggles a little bit with their life, and like I had my house burned. And it's not like this sob story or anything. I don't really care at this point. But it's like something like that happening to Extra Emily. There's no chance. There's no chance she ever experiences anything remotely as difficult as that. Extra Emily has never, as 99%, I'm confident she has never experienced any serious, memorable hardship ever in her life. And that's part of the advantage of a lot of these people. They have rich parents or really square like suburban neighborhood parents who even loud music, it sets them off, and it's like, oh my gosh, how could you do that, you know um they freak out and the whole nine, and it's just like, oh, have some respect, loud music is the devil. It's just that the most square softest people who could not handle like the slightest disturbance. So so of course everyone's freaking out, and look at extra her soft, her look at her face. I mean, she just looks like a fucking, she looks so vulnerable. She looks like a piece of, she looks like prey. She just looks like prey. What it is. She's just a prey person who has never experienced anything tough and needs people to protect her. And so of course people freak out when something happens. There's someone air humping near her. And I was just saying that Ludwig is kind of similar, and he has fans that are kind of similar. He's never done anything that's really like super tough with his life, and neither has extra Emily, and they're just these very vulnerable, soft, like susceptible people. Um, no matter how powerful they are with their money, their influence, it's great, but they couldn't get punched in the face without crying. You know, they couldn't they couldn't handle having a tough life for a little. They would break down. You know, everybody knows it. It's just like they look like soft people, and that's the fan base they cultivate. And Ludwig, I'm not saying you're the biggest bitch in the world, buddy, but like, hey, um, beautiful career you got, and fantastic, you did great. But a lot of these fans that you got are not fans that you want. Super softest children or people or weirdos who freak out at the slightest disturbance. You don't want those fans. I'm gonna make sure if I ever build something on YouTube or any social media or anything like that with followers, right? I make sure my followers aren't these people who are like holding like a cheap suit, the softest, squishiest, most vulnerable people ever, who freak out when the littlest thing doesn't go perfectly their way, who freak out when they get told no for the first time in their life, you know? And how do I know that? Because I grew up a little bit like that, a little bit like that. And I was in a white suburban neighborhood too, and I get that. But I hung out with people who went through rough stuff, and I didn't always live in that white suburban neighborhood. You know, my house burned down. I had nowhere to go. Really, I didn't know if we have some place to live for a while. I hanged out with pretty hood kids. You know, I went to some crazy college parties, and it was just the reality is about those. You hear about like Jane Doe getting raped every once in a while, and that's like oh shit, that's too bad. And I heard about like what happens. One of my girlfriends, I wasn't she wasn't my girl, she was one of the girls I hanged out with, and how she got like taken advantage sexually, in college and everything. I like dragged her into a bathroom and forced her mouth open, and and so it's just these people haven't had experiences like that where it's like tough luck. Life doesn't go perfectly your way sometimes, and yeah, so I've had a taste of a little bit of both. Well, I know like life isn't easy a lot of times, and sometimes it is. Sometimes it's great, and so you can trust me when I tell you like